Let me take you back to a moment that completely changed the way I see relationships. There was this girl I was absolutely crazy about. I did everything you could think of, texted her every day, planned thoughtful surprises, complimented her whenever I got the chance. And at first it seemed like she was into me too, but over time something shifted. Her replies got shorter, she started cancelling plans, and I found myself wondering, what am I doing wrong? I was putting in all this effort, and she just seemed to drift further away. One night, after another ignored message, I had this moment of clarity. I thought, why am I doing this? Why am I working so hard to get someone's attention when it's not being reciprocated? So I stopped. I stopped texting her first. I started focusing on myself, hitting the gym, spending time with friends, and doing things I genuinely enjoyed. And guess what happened? A week later, she reached out, asking why I'd been so quiet. Suddenly, she was the one making plans, checking in and chasing me. That's when I realized something powerful. When you stop trying so hard to make someone like you, you create space for them to value you. And that's what we're diving into today. The mindset shift that flips the script and makes you magnetic. Point 1. Stop trying so hard to impress. In every interaction, there's this invisible scale of effort. The person who's trying harder to impress essentially hands over their power. Think about a first date. If you're over-explaining yourself, constantly trying to keep the conversation alive, or nervously filling every silence, you're sending the message that their opinion of you matters more than your opinion of yourself. And that's a turn-off. Now, imagine flipping this. Instead of trying to win their approval, you're comfortable with silence. You hold eye contact and let them work to earn your attention. That's when the dynamic changes. People value what they have to work for. Tom Hardy once said, "When you're comfortable being yourself, it's the most powerful thing in the world. The less you seek validation, the more others will naturally give it to you." So, ask yourself, are you trying to impress or are you letting them earn it? Point 2. Chasing her makes you less interesting. One of the most magnetic qualities you can have is mystery, but chasing someone relentlessly, that kills it instantly. Think about historical figures like Cleopatra. She didn't throw herself at men. She was intriguing, unpredictable, and always kept them guessing. That's what made her irresistible. When you're always available, answering texts within seconds, or bending over backward to accommodate someone, there's no mystery left. And without mystery, there's no excitement. Here's how to flip it. Don't be so predictable. If you're always the one initiating plans, step back. Focus on your own life and let them come to you. People are naturally drawn to what feels just out of reach. So are you creating mystery or are you giving everything away too soon? Point 3. Learn to handle awkward moments. Have you ever noticed how the most memorable scenes in movies are the ones with tension? Think about that moment when two characters are staring at each other and you're on the edge of your seat waiting to see what happens. That's tension, and it's pure magic when it comes to attraction. But most people are uncomfortable with tension. They rush to fill silences, crack a joke, or over-explain themselves. Big mistake. Take a lesson from history, like Alexander the Great. He was known for his calm, unshakable demeanor, even in the face of overwhelming odds. That kind of composure is magnetic because it shows confidence and control. In relationships, tension is about being okay with uncertainty. If there's a silence in the conversation, don't rush to fill it. Hold the moment, lean into the discomfort. That's when the connection deepens and the attraction builds. Point 4. Quit selling yourself, just be you. Trying to sell yourself isn't just exhausting, it's also completely unnecessary. Imagine you're on a date and every word out of your mouth feels like a pitch. I just got promoted. I love traveling. Or I have this amazing car. Sure, it sounds impressive, but does it feel real? Probably not. And here's the thing, people can smell inauthenticity a mile away. It's a turnoff. Take a relatable example. You're at a party and someone starts name dropping or bragging about their accomplishments. You nod, but inside you're thinking, why are they trying so hard? Now flip it. Have you ever met someone who was so genuinely themselves, cracking jokes, sharing honest stories, and not trying to prove anything that you couldn't help but want to know more about them? That's the energy we're talking about. Think about someone like Steve Jobs. He didn't beg people to believe in Apple. He believed in it so deeply that everyone else just felt it. Confidence is quiet, it doesn't need to shout. Next time you're on a date or in a conversation, check yourself. Are you trying to impress them, or are you just vibing with the moment? Instead of listing accomplishments, share something quirky about yourself. Let them see the unfiltered, real version of you. When you stop selling and start being authentic, the dynamic changes. You go from trying to win them over to being someone they're naturally drawn to, and that's when the magic truly happens. Point 5. Act like you don't need her. Stop trying to win her over and flip the script. Instead of hyping yourself up, disarm her with unexpected humility or humor. Imagine this: you're texting someone you really like, and she asks, "What's your dream vacation?" Most people might scramble to come up with an impressive answer, like backpacking through Europe or scuba diving in the Maldives. But you keep it simple and say, "Honestly, I'd be just as happy sitting on my balcony with a good book and some coffee." That response is unexpected. It's not desperate or designed to impress. Instead, it shows that you're comfortable in your own skin and don't feel the need to play the "look how cool I am" game. Point 6. Women are always watching. Women notice the little things you probably overlook. It's not just about what you say to her, it's about how you carry yourself in all situations. How do you handle a frustrating moment, like getting stuck in traffic? Do you lose your cool, or do you take it in stride? How do you treat the people around you, from your closest friends to the barista at the coffee shop? These small actions reveal a lot about your character. Women pick up on these subtle cues, often without you realizing it. They're not just paying attention when you're trying to impress them. They're watching how you show up in the world when you think no one's looking. That's why it's important to consistently act with integrity, kindness, and confidence. Not because you're trying to prove something, but because it reflects the kind of person you are. Think of it like building a reputation, not with big, flashy gestures, but through your daily habits and behavior. The way you live your life speaks louder than anything you could say. When you're calm under pressure, genuine in your kindness, and grounded in who you are, that's what leaves a lasting impression. So, before worrying about what she thinks of you, ask yourself, am I the kind of man I'd respect if I were watching from the outside? If the answer is yes, you're already setting yourself apart. Point 7. Start acting like you're the prize. Being the prize isn't about having the flashiest car or the best job. It's about how people feel when they're around you. When you're genuinely comfortable in your own skin, people can't help but be drawn to you. So stop trying to be someone else's definition of impressive. Focus on being the best version of yourself and let the right people come to you. So lastly, the less you chase, the more you attract. Focus on your own growth, embrace tension, and learn to enjoy the process. Relationships aren't about proving your worth, they're about sharing your life with someone who values you for who you are. And trust me, once you adopt this mindset, everything changes, not just in your dating life, but in every aspect of how you connect with people.